Inside the $140 million ultimate dream mansion in London. If you've got $140 million just lying around, you may be interested in your own private palace complete with a cinema, spa, bowling alley, 10 bedrooms, staterooms, and landscaped gardens. Sadly, $140 million is just a figment of the imagination for most of us. But hey, we can dream, can't we? Join us as we take a virtual tour of the ultimate dream mansion designed by 1.61 London. 1.61 London encompasses what it does in its very name and insignia. It stands for creating perfect aesthetic beauty in the interior design across some of the best spaces in London. This is achieved through meticulous care and detail, making design not just an art but also a science. Headed by brothers Alexander and Michael Christou, the designer duo brothers are no strangers to creating mercurial architectural masterpieces. Using their continual drive for aesthetic perfection, the brothers turned this retro property into a contemporary stylish smart home, winning 4 international design awards along the way. The interior design approach throughout the property is inspired by London and its evolution through time. The vision was based on the traditions of London design as the central focal point, but with a modern interpretation through evolving material with the flow in color, space, and design with an asymmetrical structure. Alex Christou, director at 1.61 London, explains, "We always design every project with careful care considerations to achieve aesthetic perfection, and we wanted our project to showcase this, where every single space in the flat was meticulously designed with the highest finishes, created in collaboration with prestigious international brands ranging from Roberto Cavalli from Italy, Lalique from France, Hacker from Germany, Billy from UK, and Sonos from USA, amongst many more. With a thoughtfully considered layout, the home emits class and sophistication. Every detail has been considered throughout the design for effortless practical living. Symmetrical wall elevations were intricately designed, using only changes of texture and materials to distinguish each area. To increase fluidity, elevation framing was limited, where elevations do not border off areas, but run floor to ceiling. Wall elevations in the same finishes run from the ceiling down to the vanity, unit tops, and doors, augmenting the free-flowing feeling in the bathrooms. The lighting pops at different layers from floor lights to LED troughers, refracting effortlessly with reflective mirrors and glass. Different textures were employed to add contrast. In the kitchen, backlit onyx panels stand opposite identical elevational doors, finished in mirror, polished plaster, and metal. The reception room's main elevation of rebated metal bead lines the polished plaster TV wall and sits centered above a remote-controlled marble-clad ethanol burner. Either side is bookcases with 50mm thick walnut open shelving and triangular chainmail upholstered doors. Natural stone mixed with polished plaster, paint against wallpaper, engineered wood flooring against metal profiles, and carpet inserts. In the kitchen, a mixture of liquid metal doors, ostrich feather lacquered bass units, and black glass wall units were chosen. These materials are interchanged and re-implemented throughout, not only to keep continuation but also to make each space distinct and interesting. To tie these textures together, muted color tones were chosen. The finishes gradient through the property elegantly with a blend of taupe backdrop with whites and dark browns for depth. No accent colors were used, but rather textures were used to distinguish the different areas and provide contrast. The furniture pieces were chosen with care to emulate the wall elevations with their mixture of metal and upholstered taupe sections and dark laid contrasts. The dining table base, for example, picks out the same mixture of bronze-tinted metal and glass from the kitchen. The property is an uber-smart home with a full audio-visual design, including integrated motor-controlled blinds, iPad, iPhone-controlled systems, Sonos, and Amazon Alexa voice activation control. The entire property is operated through the Alexa voice control smart system, which includes controlling light settings, blinds, electronic equipment like TV and music, and even changing the channel selection on Sky. The smart system is coded to control almost all the commands in the home and is also personalized for each individual's needs and preferences. Magnificent staterooms are kitted out with 48 chandeliers, 12 statement fireplaces, and 20 different types of rare marble and stone, including ancient flooring from the ruins of Pompeii. A health spa, bowling alley, and underground car museum are among the other dazzling highlights. Specialist artisans from around the world spent nearly $500,000 100,000 man-hours working on the project, with the 3-story mansion getting finished in late 2019. Guests are welcomed into the stately entrance hall with a sweeping staircase leading up to a master bedroom suite with his and hers dressing rooms and bathrooms and a principal guest suite. The ground floor houses a huge formal dining room, fit for royal banquets, and a music room, drawing room, library, and cinema TV room. At the same time, the former Victorian-era conservatory has been reworked into a split-level family kitchen, breakfast, and informal living area. 4 VIP bedroom suites are found on the top floor. The lower floor provides a study, a covered courtyard garden, and extensive staff quarters, and the bowling alley is hidden in the basement alongside a 7-car complex, complete with a turntable and car lift. The grand 2-story gallery wing is converted into a long gallery capable of entertaining over 150 guests downstairs, and a palatial winter garden art gallery and ballroom with space for 200 upstairs. Roman-era flooring and columns brought over from the ruins of Pompeii are sure to impress, as are the planned walk-in cocktail bar, wine store, and club room with 18-seat private cinema. There is a private health spa on the lower ground floor of the gallery with a concierge leading to a large swimming pool surrounded by a spa, sauna, massage room, plunge pool, and loungers. The smaller 2-story houses in the grounds are converted to provide a guest bedroom suite, orangery living area, kitchen, winter pavilion, and a guest or staff suite. The home has everything a lavish soul can yearn for. While property prices in London are dropping due to current economic circumstances brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic and events like Brexit, the capital has long been known as one of the most expensive places in the UK to purchase a house. And while the average property price in London is below £500,000, some properties in certain areas sell for millions, like the one we just checked. Whether you're interested in investing in an expensive property in London or are simply interested in finding out where you can find them, the common denominator remains how much you're willing to spend. Would you shell out $140 million on this property? Do you think it's worth the price? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and turn on those post notifications.